Hello, my name is Chris if you didn't already know, and welcome to my show SmegChris Review. I know I'm late to the party, but today's review is for Avengers Infinity War. The film wastes no time starting up as it begins where Thor Ragnarok ended. Here we see the film's villain Thanos in all his glory. We also get to see Thor and Hulk before we move on to the next character, then the next one, then the next one, and so forth. What was great was seeing all of these various Marvel characters teaming up together to try and stop Thanos and his lackeys. What wasn't great was the execution of how the story progressed. To me it seemed fractured. At first I was enjoying it, the story never letting up, but as it went on we started bouncing from one plot point to another. This was annoying. Yes, I like the way the various characters were meeting up, especially Thor and the Guardians of the Galaxy, but the jumping around from one team to another was getting on my nerves. For example, we were following Iron Man and Spider-Man, and just as it got to a climax, we moved to some other characters talking. There was all this build-up and then suddenly we just shifted to something mundane. And they did that more than once. In fact, at one point we returned to Thor, Groot and Rocket, and I had completely forgotten about them. Seriously. This continued throughout the film and it almost ruined it for me. All I kept thinking was, this just doesn't feel like a Joss Whedon directed story. And I was right. It's actually directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, who directed the brilliant Captain America the Winter Soldier and the quite boring Captain America Civil War. I've no idea why Joss Whedon's no longer the driving force behind the Avengers, but you could clearly tell it wasn't him. I'm going on far too much about this, aren't I? Well, it was the main thing that bothered me about the movie. And there were a few other things as well, including something that happened 3 times. I don't want to give too much away, but when Thanos makes a threat, the hero gives in. Yes, this happened 3 times. Lazy storytelling. I also felt that some of the characters seemed a little off, but that could just be me. And also, the lack of Hulk. I've had a lot of people telling me that this is something that annoyed them too. But it was great seeing Banner in the Hulkbuster though. That was fantastic. But if I look at the movie as a whole, it is good. I love the interactions of the characters, the massive battles, and the story was easy to follow. Thor's part of the story got more interesting as it went on and it pays off massively. And to top it all off, I thought Thanos was a brilliant villain. You get to see some of his history and you also learn that he doesn't see himself as a bad guy, which I thought was exceptional. As a matter of fact, I was almost rooting for him. Almost. The final battles are awesome, although I thought the one off Will was a little bit more better than the one on Earth. And of course, as always, there's something after the end credits, so stick around for that. Despite how good the story is and how much I enjoyed the film, unfortunately because of its fractured storytelling, I give Avengers Infinity War a... So no, it's not the best film in the world. Let's face it, it can't top Avengers Assemble. That was damn near perfect. Age of Ultron though, definitely better than that one. But I do look forward to the next Avengers movie despite my misgivings on this one. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching and subscribing if you have. Until the next time, peace out. Some of you might be thinking, oh, he's not give this film a 10 out of 10 because he's a DC fan and not a Marvel fan. That's not true. You see, if you go back to 2012, I did my top 10 films of that year, and the way I ranked them, Dark Knight Rises was in number 2 and Avengers Assemble was in number 1. And that's coming from me, a DC fan. It was just that this one had this fractured storytelling that was really annoying me. Avengers Assemble didn't have any of that. But like I said, I am looking forward to the next one. I just hope that one doesn't have fractured storytelling. I think I'll cut here before I go on way too much about it. Oh wait, too late. Oh well.